Why do we have solar eclipses? There's a simple answer. The moon occasionally covers the sun in its path across the sky. But it's more complicated than that. 3 cosmic conditions have to be met to produce the shadow. There has to be a new moon. One side of the moon is always lit by the sun, but the lit side isn't always facing the Earth. This is how we get the phases of the moon. For a solar eclipse to occur, it needs to be in its new moon phase. During the new moon, the dark side of the moon is directly facing the Earth. The moon has to cross the plane of Earth's orbit. If the dark side of the moon has to be facing the Earth for a solar eclipse to occur, why don't we have them every new moon? That's because the moon's orbit isn't perfectly matched up with the Earth's. And that's because the moon is tilted on a 5-degree axis. No one is completely sure why the moon is slightly skewed, but it might have to do with how it was likely formed, from a massive object smashing into Earth. This means during most new moons, the shadow misses the Earth. But there are 2 points in the moon's orbit where the shadow can fall on the Earth. These are called nodes. For a total eclipse to occur, the moon needs to be at or very close to one of the nodes. The moon's distance to the Earth. You might remember this from middle school science. The moon's orbit around the Earth is not a perfect circle, it's an ellipse. There's a point in the orbit where the moon is farthest away from the sun, and a point where it's closest. For a total eclipse to occur, the moon needs to be near its closest approach to Earth. If the eclipse occurs when the moon is close, it will totally block out the sun. If it's farther away, we get a ring of fire. If you're going to observe the eclipse, be careful. On a normal day, staring straight into the sun can harm your eyes. An eclipsed sun is no different. NASA warns it is never safe to look directly at the sun's rays. The intense light from the sun can damage your retina and cause a permanent scotoma or blind spot in the central vision, according to The Lancet. The intensity of light radiating from a partial or annular eclipse can still cause retinal damage. Even when 99% of the sun's surface, the photosphere, is obscured during the partial phases of a solar eclipse, the remaining crescent sun is still intense enough to cause a retinal burn, even though illumination levels are comparable to twilight. NASA explains, the safest way to observe an eclipse is indirectly, either by projecting it onto a screen through a pinhole or by looking through a specially designed filter. If you liked our video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to share our content with your family and friends so we can keep making more of what you love. Hit the bell to make sure you don't miss out on any fun in the future. Thanks for watching and being a part of our community.